Hi guys, you're welcome back to today's tutorial. The stitches of our beautiful corset with shoulder line. As I said in the drafting, the back panel is up, so you could decide to work with zipper. So let's quickly get started. So guys, welcome back once again. So I have to introduce our pattern. Now put it outside. So I've gone ahead to add my interfacing. So my cup, I won't be darting my cup because it's very deep. It's the original one. Actually, my student got this cup for me. I love this cup, so I decided to work with bust radius. So this is the pieces I'll be using to cover my bra cup. I've cut it out. I will stitch an ½ inch all around and show you guys. So I use my bust radius, which is your distance from your bust point to your under bust, because I don't want to expose my bust. Yes, but if you want to work with exactly what you have on the thumbnail there, is your already made bra cup that you use. Could decide to reduce the measurement. What I mean is this: if your bust is 40, you could decide to get 38. But what I did here, I used my exact bust radius, which is distance from the bust point to my under bust, to find the upper part, so that you saw it the introduction, my chest line is well covered. Okay, so when you are through now, you mark this. You have introduced my hemming gum. You can see it on the table. So I want that, I said earlier, because it's very deep. So I will place it this way. I'm also gonna have to iron it. Iron the dart line open, side to top stitch. So I'll place it like this. Take it to my ironing table. Make sure that part you marked, or you could decide to notch it, aligns with your dart line. Okay. So iron it this way and show you guys. So you guys can see I'm done ironing it. You can see. So the allowance that is there now is more than ½ inch same allowance, because I use my bust radius and it's original that is big 42. So I will stitch with ½ inch, could possibly 0.3 inch, yes, to turn my lining. Though in this tutorial you could decide to work with inseam all round. My here is inseam or just the main body. The reason is this: I discovered that because of the upper part, the neck area is just direct to the shoulder. That is the center part direct to the shoulder. If you do that, there may be a little pressure. And that pressure may make your cup to be beat down. Your bust won't stand out. Yes, your bust. So as I to cover this, like what I'm doing now, cover my bra cup separately. Okay, but the bodies is inseam all round. Okay, so you could try to join your front panel separately, back panel separately, all depending on your preference. So you stitch with 0.3 inch, must not be up to 0.5, that's an ½ inch. Okay, we stitch this way. So patiently do this. Okay, trim out unwanted thread that are not needed. So it's not that straight. I want to adjust it. So say I am trimming it out now, the dart area, notch, flip in the lining this way, and the lining should not be that tight. If it's too tight, it will apply pressure on your cup. It won't stand out. Okay, so you see it now. So I want to use hemming gun as I iron it. Pull in the lining a bit. Okay, pull in the lining this way, iron it. As you can see, I'm done. I use hemming gum, so I will trim out the unwanted part. Okay, top stitch all round. So I'm done top stitching all round. I'm trimming out this part, is not needed. Okay. So in this tutorial, you see now, it's not, we didn't stitch with that 0.2 inch I used to be in our ready-made bra cup. I'm stitching direct to my fabric that I use in covering my bra, because I'm making sure I maintain that bust radius. Okay, so this is this. So let's put that aside. The main bodies is this. There is no dart. Okay, we start to work with that. If you have not watched the drafting, just click on the link below there. So because it's inseam, those that have watched drafting, remember I added 1.5 inches as seam allowance. So I'm marking out the exact, sorry for the wind, the exact 1.5 inches that I added as my seam allowance. So you have to make sure you maintain your seam allowance. Okay, so I'm joining the side seam now. This way, back stitch. Let me quickly introduce the other side piece. Introduce the other side piece. Marked 1.5 inches, or if it's 2 inches you added your seam allowance, you mark it as well. We'll stitch this way. We'll do the same to the lining. Okay, so for the back, as I said during the drafting, the back could be a zipper. I explained both. I did. So trim out this part is about 0.2 inch to blend it properly this way. So see what I'm doing, guys. So I will do the same here. So this is the lining part. Please make sure you iron it. Yeah. This is the cup part. So if it's inseam, you will join your cup fabric to the main bodies, lining to the main lining part. I don't want any pressure on my cup part. So this is the lining. Place the side seam first. See, place it this way. In case there is any unwanted part, you can easily blend it on the center of your back panel. Okay, so pin it down this way. Now during the drafting, I said the lining should be an half inch shorter. So I will stitch to the shoulder line. We could decide to work with 1 inch shorter, all depending on your preference. So the side seam first. The same allowance, if you are sure of your client, you will just work with 1 inch. Yes, I have 1.5 inches here. But you have to make sure you open your dart, your seam allowance this way. You can see how it is. Iron it properly before turning your lining to the right side as your fabric. So the center back. But before doing this, as a beginner, I advise you join the waist area first. But now, the shoulder line, mine initially was 2.5 inches, which I use half of my shoulder line for those that have watched the drafting. So I will place it now, but I want to work with 2 inches. So I'm working with 2 inches here instead of the 2.5 inches. So you could try to work with your complete shoulder line, which is 5 inches. So this is the M part, that is M line. Sorry, my machine. Thread just removed. So you stitch this way. Open your darts, your seam allowance, sorry. If you are working with that as well, open the dart line. The reason is that by the time you iron it, everything will last properly. Okay. Sorry, trying to adjust my camera, my machine, the camera will capture it well. So it's stitched to this part. So you can see how it looks. Notch it this way like what I'm doing, guys. So now I can easily flip it this way to maintain that half inch that I added. That is a half inch shorter of my lining. So this is that part. So this is it. You can see how elastic it is. So I will do the same to this part. Open the side seam allowance this way. See how elastic it is. So there is no boning here. If you are working with boning, decide to work with inseam boning. What I mean is this: you create channels, right? That is bone channels, right on your lining part. It won't be visible on your fabric part. That is the right side of your uh, garments. So stitch this way. Sorry, my machine. So now the shoulder, you have to maintain this. Remember, it's 2 inch. Mine is 2 inches. So you could like what 3 inches, 4 inches, 5 inches, but don't go more than that. So shoulder of 16. After the neck weight of 3 inches into fold, you'll be left with 5 inches. So 2.5 inches, but I try to work with 2 inches. So this shoulder line is optional, okay? So I will notch as well. Notch it all round this way. So the neckline, the neckline is optional as well. So make sure you pull your lining to meet your shoulder line. Remember, the lining is shorter. So I will sew all round to the chest line. So place it this way. So I'm starting right on the center of my front piece. I want to have a straight neckline. Okay. As you sew this way. So as you stitch, make sure you maintain the neck width, which mine is 2 inches. Okay. Stitch this other part. My machine here is giving me issue. Yes. I'm sorry about that. So this other part to the shoulder line, make sure you mark. See, so I want to clean stitch this part as well, because this upper part is very important. It has to be very neat. Okay, you've seen the introduction of the tutorial. You decide to rock it without inner. Okay, but if you are rocking without inner and you don't want to expose your bows, as I said earlier, make sure you work with your bust radius. So this is it. Make a mark this other part, flip it this way. Make sure you trim out the wanted part. It's 2 inches. The reason is this: when you want to join your shoulder line, you won't have issue. Remember, you sew it, turn it, and iron before you join the shoulder. So make sure you maintain the shoulder line, so you won't go through stress of losing it. Okay. To the chest line, So I will notch it all around as well. Trim out the unwanted thread. It's not needed. So you have to pull it to the right side. Patiently do this. We'll pull it to the right side, give it a very nice press. But if you are working with that 5 inches shoulder lined, that is the shoulder left, you won't find it difficult to pull it on the shoulder part. But mine is just 2 inches. That is why it's been a bit difficult. 3 inches won't be that difficult, 4 inches won't be that difficult too. So patiently do this. So it's one at a time. It's really simple, guys. So notch your neck area as well. What I'm doing, guys. Notch it. And you have to patiently do this. So this part, you have to patiently open it. Okay. But if you are working with crepe, yeah, if you're working without lining, what you use on this neck area is just your overlocking machine. Maintain it, then use your trimmings to cover it up a bit, to cover the neck area like what we have on our thumbnail. You could decide to use bias as well for neat finishing. You could decide to go ahead and work no, as an inseam, that's seamless sewing, if you're not that busty because of this cup area. But if you want your bust area to stand firm, you have to join your cup separately to avoid any pressure on the cup area. Okay? So this is it, guys. So I will quickly now take it to my ironing table, give it a very nice press. So see, everything is meeting with each other. The end parts, see how beautiful and neat it is. So what is just left is the cup area. So this is it. So first I will go and iron it. Okay, and see. So guys, I'm done ironing. You can see how relaxed it is now. So I have to now introduce my cup. Okay, so the cup, how to check it. You can see how the dot line is meeting uh each other here is straight. Just that the fabric is multiple color, it's not that visible, but you have to make sure your dot line is straight. So I will pin now. I'll be stitching right from the armhole side. The reason is this: it has to meet on your armhole parts. Yes, it has to meet because it's corset and there is no sleeve there. It has to blend to your armhole. So you start from your armhole part and you don't need to apply any pressure on your cup. You hold your cup firm this way. So you can see I'm holding my cup. Stitch. This part you have to really pamper your cup. Yes. But if it's a cage art cup, what I mean, the one you use a ridge line boning to structure, giving that structure already. So I've also filmed the tutorials here on my YouTube channel. So this is how you stitch on your cup. You have to patiently do this. Okay. So when I'm through, I'm using my overlocking machine, weave it all around and my shoulder line. That's the 2 inch shoulder line. So you stitch this way. Do not apply any pressure on this part. So if you watch close, you will see that my lining is free. I just want that area to be free. Okay, you can see, and my lining is surplus there. You can see how beautiful it is. I haven't ironed it yet. So I want to now join the second part. Sorry, the camera couldn't capture that part, but it's the same process. I just want people to understand this part very well. So there is no pressure. I'm pampering my cup here. Yes. So maintain the half inch. I advise you add half inch as same allowance. Yes. Maintain that half inch. That is 0.5 inch. Stitch all around this way. Do not pull your cup down. No, 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 no. So back stitch as well. That is all. You can see how standing it is. I haven't ironed it, guys. So trim out these parts. So I'll take it to my table, but before then, let's quickly join the shoulder line this way. Place it properly. Join it with an half inch. So I will give it a very nice press and show you guys. So guys, if you are new to this channel, please subscribe, and if you find it very interesting, like, comment, share, please. It will help this channel to grow. Okay. See, that is all. So I will join this other part, iron it, add my eyelet. So you can see, make sure you maintain this part. By the time you flip it to the right side, your neckline will be meeting with each other. That is why it's very important to mark it before you stitch. Because if it's wrong here, that means you have to lose it, start all over again. So you can see, so it's better you mark it, patiently mark it and stitch. So you can see how everything is meeting with each other here. So trim out the unwanted thread. My machine gave me hits while filming the tutorial. The machine is so soft, you can't climb anything that is thick that much. So this is it. You can see how beautiful it is, guys. So let me quickly introduce my arm press grommet eyelet machine. So that is all, guys. So if you please share, like, comment. I love you all. I remain your favorite fashion tutor, Chi Living Signature. Bye.